Hello to our Taft Avenue Community Church family and our Children's House families. This is Pastor Craig, and in light of the continued daily changes regarding the response to COVID-19, the coronavirus, I wanted to give you all an update and some information about our church campus and our Children's House campus. Just in summary, our campus at Taft Avenue Community Church is currently closed for all church gatherings, and our Sunday worship service will be entirely online by way of live stream. Only our Children's House remains open right now as offering an essential service to our community and to those who are called to work in essential industries during this crisis. So many of you last Sunday worshiped with us by way of our live stream on the internet. And as we tracked it, our service was streamed to over 25 households. We had about 85 people here on campus, but about 25 households were able to access the live stream. So this was a great success for our body in this time, and we appreciate that you all took the time to conquer the technology and click the links and be part of our services. I certainly hope you sang along and prayed along and were part of us as we worshiped together. Now, while last week we were able to meet under the guidelines of the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, this week, the CDC has issued a special 15-day plan that calls for even more stringent restrictions on gatherings than even before. And just yesterday, the County of Orange put forth an order that, quote, all public and private gatherings of any number of people are prohibited. So for this reason, our church campus is currently closed, with the exception of Children's House. And we are moving our weekly Sunday 10:30 a.m. service entirely online by way of our live stream until the end of the month, in which we will reassess and figure out what we're able to do moving forward. So this Sunday, a small essential team of worship, tech, and pastoral staff will be on site producing a worship service that will be available to participate in online. Now, I also realize that there are a wide range of thoughts about the drastic measures that are being used to combat this virus, as well as the various responses of our church. Are we going overboard? Are we risking being unfaithful to God and our mission by closing our sanctuary on a Sunday? So we're faced with this unique task of faithfulness to God in the midst of being part of stopping the spread and severity of this virus. And we believe that an online gathering for worship may not be ideal, but it does allow us to be faithful to God in corporate worship during this time, while also being above reproach as responsible citizens and caring for the most at risk among us. I want you all to know that these decisions have been prayerfully arrived at. On Monday night, our elders, myself, Bill Runyon, Rick Hicks, Terry Light, Rainier Laxamana, met along with Kathy Keller, our Children's House Director, Marcia Light, our Children's Ministries Director, and Jim Hill, who oversees our Compassion and Care team here at the church. And we prayed and we worked out a plan for caring for our congregation during this time. And we prayed for many of you by name. And we will continue to pray for each of you and offer help to those who need it. Any of these people that I just mentioned are great to contact if you have a need or if you simply want to be helpful during this time. There are a few things that we're calling our congregation to do during this time that we're encouraging. Most specifically, on Saturday morning from 9 to 10, we are encouraging each and every member of our congregation in their own neighborhood to walk and to pray for their neighborhood. That's this Saturday, 9 to 10 a.m. Walk and pray for your neighborhood. During that hour, go for a walk. Say hello to your neighbors if you see them. Be sure to practice your social distancing. But ask them if they have any needs. Let them know what you're doing, that you are out praying for your community, because this is what our faith requires of us, is that we are people who are pillars in our community during times of crisis, and that we call on our great God to help during this time. Second thing that you could do, and what we encourage you to do, is to worship with us online. We will continue to live stream our Sunday 10:30 service. We've put a live stream on our website to make it easier to access. you can go to this email below and you can click on any of the links that say live stream or taftavenue.org/livestream. Click on the play button and the live stream will begin around 10 a.m. or 10:15 a.m. on Sunday. If anyone needs any help getting this set up, please contact Marcia Light or any of the elders who would be happy to walk you through the process. The other thing that we want to encourage you to do is we don't want to encourage you to watch our service. We want you to participate. Sing out loud, sing along, pray, be part of this worship experience, this unique worship experience that we have online. Another thing that we want you to do is during this time, people might be anxious and needing reassurance. We encourage you to share our live stream, encourage your friends and neighbors to worship along with us. It is completely appropriate that we offer our faith in Jesus and trust in God as an antidote to fear and anxiety that seem to be pervasive. We don't know what the future holds, but we know that we have a God who loves us deeply and knows who we are and knows what our needs are. We can direct people to God during this time. So share our live stream on your Facebook feeds, on your Instagram feeds. That will be really helpful to our community. Another thing that we want to encourage you to do during this time is simply to stay in contact with each other and with the leaders of our church. Quarantine does not mean isolation. Shelter in place does not mean isolation. And in this day and age of technology, we are able to connect with each other over phone, over text, over FaceTime, over email. I would just encourage you to connect with at least one person every day, to have a phone conversation. And in that phone conversation, just to ask if there are any needs, to offer to pray with each other, just to say what you all mean to each other. This is a very important time for us to simply be connected over the technology that we have available to us. Also, we want to encourage you to reflect. We have some resources that we're going to be sending out, discussion questions for your family, for your household regarding our series in Genesis. We've been talking about what is God like, what has the fall done, and what does it mean to be human? And this would be a great time to practice those things that we've been talking about community, about Sabbath, about rest, about thinking about our humanity and what it is that helps us to thrive in our humanity. So during this time, we are praying that you are well. We are praying that this is a rich time of growth in the Lord and that this unique season is strategic for the kingdom of God to advance in the hearts of the people of our communities. I want you to know that God deeply loves you. And as you come to worship, that God rejoices that you come to Him. No matter how forgetful of Him that you have been, God rejoices that you come and that you are deeply loved by Him. We will be sending out updates along the way, so be looking for those. But in the meantime, be well and know that God is deeply interested in who you are and what you are doing during this time.